Welcome everyone. Like I said before, hopefully this is an informative day for you. Just to give you a little background on myself, I am Chris Garofalo. I'm a product of Stony Brook University. I graduated with a business management degree in 1996. The reasons why I chose Stony Brook, and even back then it wasn't as strong of a school as it is today. It's funny, the Alumni Association always says your degree today is worth more than it was when you graduated. And that's the track that Stony Brook is going on, and it's been going on. It's getting better and better academically. We are ranked in the top 1% in the world academically. And I'm a product of the school, like I said, when I graduated in 1986, and I played for the club team at Stony Brook. After I graduated, I couldn't let go of the sport because I love hockey, and I was, played since I was little. So I wanted to hang around and started growing into the role of a general manager, organizing the program, and then I developed into the head coaching role for about 12 years now. I do this to be able to give back to a university that I believe in sincerely. When you think about your education and you think about what you want out of your education, it's obviously what you see as a culture at the university, but also you want to be able to get a good return on your investment. That's what this is all about when you're thinking about colleges and where you're going to go and what's the return on your investment. You're going to spend X, but what do you want in return? And I would think everybody could agree that you want to have a quality education that will help build your resume, whether it's for job placement or going to grad school or what have you. The beautiful part about Stony Brook is that we have such a large amount of options for you from a major, minor perspective, that there's a plethora of opportunities and different degrees you can get at Stony Brook. That was one of the reasons why I chose Stony Brook, because when I first was going into college, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to study, but I knew I wanted to go to a school that had a lot of diversity to it from a choice perspective. Stacey, I don't see my presentation on the screen. Were you going to control it? Because I don't have.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just have the main slide on right now, but I'm going to go to the first one where you talk about the best club hockey program on the East Coast.
Yeah, so, I want to talk about the ice hockey club, but I want to go back to what Stacey mentioned. There's over 400 different clubs you can be part of at Stony Brook. In the sports club world, there's approximately 30 to 32 sports clubs that we have. Some are from, low, low competitiveness. Some are very competitive. We happen to be on the highest end of the scale from a competition perspective. If I could put in a little bit more of summarize it, I could give you an idea of the competition level for the ice hockey club. We have two teams. Our Division III club team is more of recreational, get out there, have fun. Our team that I'm running is the Division I team, club team. And the past 5 years, we had 5 guys sign professional contracts. So 2 in Europe and 3 in the minor leagues here in the United States. So you could say to yourself, well, why does a student go to Stony Brook over an NCAA program for ice hockey? It really comes down to what I said before, the quality of the education and the return on their investment. They want to make sure that at the end of the day, all roads lead to adult leagues and just having fun after you're done. So playing the sport you love. So you really need to have that resume builder. And that's where the university comes in. It's a very competitive program. We're ranked in the top 100 in the United States out of all universities, and top 1%, as I said before, in the world. So walking away with a degree from here will mean something. So I do a lot of recruiting, to be honest. I bring guys into the program, and they come here for those reasons I just described. The ice hockey program in particular at Stony Brook, it is a club team. It's not part of the NCAA portfolio, but we are considered one of the best club teams in the country. And especially on the East Coast, we are considered the best. So the reason, like I said, the guys come here is because we have a successful track record, and I want to show you that because you'll see the results. So if you look at the obviously just the picture of the team from last year, and then we could go to the second slide. So when you look at this, like Stacey mentioned and I just said, Stony Brook ice hockey is considered one of the best colleges. It is on Long Island with the best club team, but and also on the East Coast. So if you look at our overall record since 1969, pretty successful: 739 wins, 368 losses, and 63 ties or overtime losses. So when you think about national, so the believe it or not, club ice hockey is tremendous in the United States. Matter of fact, there's more club ice hockey teams than there are NCAA teams out there. So they're broken out in 3 divisions, Division 1, 2, and 3, and then there's women's 1 and 2. So we've attended 19 out of the last 20 years, the national tournament. We've missed 1 year. We were runner-up in 2003 at the national tournament for in 2015 we were runner-up. We've gone to the Final Four in 04, 13, 14, 16, and the quarterfinals in 2017. We have our immediate conference that we're in, which consists of other universities such as Delaware University, Syracuse, NYU, Liberty University, and we've won that conference 10 out of the last 16 years, 10 out of the last 16 championships. So the successful track record obviously attracts players to come to the university, and you compound that with the actual university's credentials, it's somewhat of a no-brainer for a lot of my athletes. If you go to the next slide, Stacy, number 3. So when you think about our recruiting, like I said before, Stony Brook's ranked in the top 1% in the world. So that's another reason why students come here. The affordability, when you compare similar academic institutions, and I think that's a very big thing when you're thinking about, what college am I going to go to? Compare apples to apples, and it starts with the education. So you may be looking at another university that the education is maybe not as up to a Stony Brook, for example, or it's better. You got to think about that. So it's all about return on your investment. So when you compare other similar academic universities, Stony Brook is typically less expensive. When you think of the academic programs, I put 200 major and minors. There's 200 major and minors that you can choose from. So there's a lot of options for you. Diversity, Stony Brook has a very diverse campus from students from all over the world. So we do have a large international base of students that come here because of the great education you're going to receive. When you think about your career opportunities, by earning a degree from Stony Brook, you can potentially be hired from very reputable companies and organizations, or if you want to go on to grad school, you'll have a great resume builder. So when you're applying, either whether it's a business, whether it's going to work, or whether it's going to grad school, it's going to mean something on your resume. Location, Stacy mentioned it before. My guys love the idea that they're only a little bit over an hour away from Stony Brook, and it's only 5 minutes to the Long Island Sound. They go to the beach, they enjoy the weather. I know a lot of folks are from Canada on here. You get to go to a beach if you come to Long Island, where I know you don't have that option, I believe, right where you are. So here you get to be able to go to a beach, which in 5 minutes, and then New York City, which a lot of people want to go and enjoy. You can get on a train, which is attached to Stony Brook campus, as Stacy said before, and you could go right into the city within an hour and 15-minute train ride. So the location is very nice, as well as Stacy mentioned, it's the suburbs. So it's not rural America, it's suburbs. It's very safe environment to be in. The community around the campus is very safe. People raise their families. It's a very nice area to live. So you can feel comfortable if you came here that you would be in a safe environment. And as indicated before, from a team perspective, we have a long-standing, winning tradition, and players have gone on to play at the professional level. So we've been able to produce guys that have gone on. I don't know if there's the NHL. Obviously, we haven't gotten that level. There's the AHL, then there's the East Coast, and the Southern Pro in the United States, and it goes down from there. We've had guys in the Southern Pro and the East Coast, and then we've had a few guys go over to Europe and play in Germany. So we have we produce players that can move on from here if they want, but they always have that great degree behind them. So if you go to the next slide, slide 4, a big part of our program is community relation, and we do a lot with the local community. These are just some of the areas. We do Hockey Fights Cancer, toy drives, canine companions. There's so many things that we do. Food drives, just to show the community that we are part of them and we're with them. And it brings a lot of fans to our games as well. So Casey, you could probably skip the 5 and 6 slide. It just gets in depth of what the different community events. But I think 7 is a kind of a great slide to look at, because 7 kind of tells you, if you just click on 7. Number 7. We have a lot of coverage in the media locally. Obviously, there's social media, and we're all over Facebook. We have our own Facebook page, we have our own Twitter, we have our own Instagram. But we get coverage with the local news, which is Channel 12 News locally. We have the school paper that covers us called The Statesman, which is right in the middle. Hockey journals cover us, radio. So we're actually, we have a pretty big following on Long Island, which is nice, because when the guys come and play, they get to play in front of a few hundred, 300-400 people in a rink that fits 300, 200. So we're pretty packed all the time. Our broadcasts are, through the internet, on YouTube, and we have play-by-play guys and color commentary. So it's done very professionally what we do. You go to slide 8, Stacy, kind of give you an idea. From the picture, you can see the top right picture, there's ice girls we have that do chuck-a-puck, t-shirt toss, but that's the crowd. And even the bottom left, even in the middle on the bottom, you'll see a picture of our school band. So the school band comes to our game a lot. They're always in the opposing end's goaltender area. So the goalie gets to have the band in their ear the whole game. So we do have, let's just give you a little example of what our games look like. And then I guess I go to slide 9, Stacy, which is the summary slide. When you think about, if you're looking to attend an outstanding academic institution, coupled with, beautiful scenery and diversity, Stony Brook's a great fit. And just the icing on the cake, I like to call it, the hockey program prepares our leaders to enter the workforce and just giving them the skills necessary to be successful in life. And I think that's really the biggest thing for me. Winning games is ideal, it's great. The big thing is mentoring and developing young men. So when they get into the real world or move on in life, they have a great foundation from what they received here at Stony Brook. And if you look behind Stacy's shoulder on her picture, you can see that's the main drag on campus. So it's a beautiful campus. The fountain, that's called the Academic Mall. It really is a beautiful campus. When I went to Stony Brook in 1992, it wasn't as beautiful, to be honest, but they put a lot of renovations into the campus and have made it really nice and enjoyable to be around when you walk around. So we have a lot of clubs to pick from, a lot of activities. Clubs at Stony Brook are a big push with the university because they want students to be involved and feel like they're part of the Stony Brook community. Fortunately, our program's been very successful and we have a big following, and we're fortunate to be able to be where we are today. But we look to bring in, and I can tell you a little true fact. We've never had a player from Canada come to Stony Brook. So I'm really looking for our first Canadian hockey player to come here. We got them from all over the United States, but not Canada. So if you are interested, to hear more about it, you can go to the Stony Brook Hockey website, which is stonybrookhockey.com. So it's www.stonybrookhockey.com. You can go on to coaches, you can shoot me an email, and I'd love to chat further. But until that point, I wish everybody good luck with your search, and hopefully you find what you're looking for, and maybe it's Stony Brook. Thanks to everybody.